What's going on, everybody? It's your favorite dating coach, Elliot Scott, and as you can see by the title below, we're going to discuss something that I think is pretty important. You might not think, let me fix this a little bit. You might not think it is, but it is a good mindset to have going in. And I guess that's like, it's like the rule book of how games are played today, or how you should go about dating. And that's essentially, again, as the title says, the whole goal of dating as a game is to avoid the games. Now, what do I mean by this? I am a big believer. This is a concept I've been throwing around in my head for a while. So, you can chalk it up and kind of say it's foo-foo and not really grounded, but it is a good thing to keep in mind, okay? I think it will help you. I truly believe, after doing this for 10, 11 years, thousands of clients, I truly believe your situation falls in one of three categories. A category of people playing games, a category of people miscommunicating, whatever's going on, and a category of clear communication, no games. Sounds like common sense, but let me tell you how you first get into that and why it's important. Or how do you get into each category? So, a lot of people fall into the category of games, unfortunately. And the way or reason you find yourself in this category is you're talking to a guy who essentially doesn't want what you're offering and or cannot give you what you want, right? Like, it's as simple as that. You don't have what he wants and he can't give you what you want. But it doesn't mean assets or values can't be exchanged, so it's all a negotiation. Meaning, I'm not going to fully invest in you, but I'm not going to pull away completely either. I might play, like, he wants to negotiate your value. He doesn't want to fully commit or fully invest or court, because he doesn't want to paint the wrong idea or picture of something long-term when he doesn't see it long-term. So you're going to have a guy play games and be a little sporadic with things because he's not taking it seriously, right? So for example, if you are, I guess this is why it's important to see if you're in this category. If you're talking to a guy who is inconsistent, coming back around, not really putting in the effort, there's a lot of roadblocks, hiccups, gaps in between talking, texting, communicating, taking you out, courting you, all that type of stuff. He comes back around and he has to explain himself and you're giving him more chances than he does. That's games. That is a clear sign that you are talking to a guy who does not see you long term, but sees some value in what you have, and what he's basically playing around is getting those assets at a cheaper cost without painting the picture of a relationship. Now, of course, you can say, well, why don't this guy just say he doesn't want a relationship? Well, because, again, it's a game. I know if I say that to you, this sounds horrible. I would never do this, of course. But if you're talking to a guy and he's like, oh yeah, I just want to hit and quit it. I just want those sugar walls. I just want to go to Pound Town, population 2, you and me, baby. Bedroom Olympics, that's it. You'll be like, nah, I'm good, right? He already lost. So why not game? Is it immoral? Is it wrong? Is it crazy? Is it stupid? Of course, but it is what it is. That's, again, it's the categories people are falling in. The second category is miscommunication. This pretty much is a confusing one because I feel like guys can miscommunicate on purpose or feed you some bullshit on purpose. I always say a confused woman is a hopeful woman. So guys can leave you confused on purpose as part of the game, but that's why I think it's very important a woman asks clear, concise, pretty much questions and not let a guy beat around the bush and things like that. But pretty much, you're in this category when things are going well, but you don't know exactly what's going on, and there's not a lot of transparency, but he gives it to you when you ask for it. So, for example, if you're like, why are you pulling away? And this guy's like, oh, I apologize. I'm sorry, didn't know. I thought I told you I was busy. And let's say he did. Oh, yeah, you did tell me that. My bad. And it's just a miscommunication. This is what it looks like when I'm busy. I'm not blowing up your shit. Hope that's okay, right? And then there's a communication. Well, it's like, well, you can at least text me here and there and tell me, whatever. Like, it's just, you kind of find this middle ground. Your goal, if you're in this category, your goal is to ask these questions, to get this transparency, to see if he's the guy who's bullshitting you on purpose to play the game, or if what he's saying is true and he is in this other category where it's like, okay, I want something serious. I'm not playing games. This is just, my bad. It's just miscommunication. Now, if you want more information on this, how to do this, how to filter men, how to tell if a guy actually likes you, I have a guide strictly on how to tell how much a guy likes you, 1 to 10, details and everything. I have 9 guides down below, okay, for you, absolutely free. Free, ladies, if you want to learn how to do all this, okay? So, again, links down below, absolutely free. And then the last category is guys who don't want to play games, they just want to get into a relationship. So this is the ultimate goal when it comes to dating. Again, as the title says, the whole game of dating is to avoid games. I truly believe that a guy who wants a relationship, and you both are emotionally available and want the same thing, there's going to be minimal games. There might be playful games, like the text first type of stuff, but other than that, like, a guy's not going to bullshit you. A guy's not going to manipulate. I always tell my clients that if we are playing a game of dating where the object or the objective is to avoid risk, whether that's losing you, making a wrong decision, whatever, to just avoid risk while going from point A, casual, to point B, committed, the most concise, accurate, straightforward way of doing that is transparency. There's no reason for me to play games because you as a woman do not want a man who plays games. And if there's a chance you're a high value woman who doesn't put up with that bullshit and I'm playing games, I'm out. So it's best for me to be transparent, to communicate, to be consistent, to court you. That's the easiest way for a man to take a woman who is interested in him from point A to point B, right? So you're not going to find men in that category you're in, or if you're in that category, he's not going to play a lot of games. But like I said, a lot of people, unfortunately, it's like an 80-20 rule type of thing, are probably over here in these two categories. It doesn't mean it's ruined or it's over. Well, if you're in this one, it does. But if you're in the middle one, you kind of have to find out which one you're in. And again, the middle one's very hard. That's why I have guides down below to help you, because I feel like there's a lot of internal and external variables to come in play. Like, I have a lot of clients who will come to me where they just have this narrative and I'm like, hun, there's nothing wrong. Like, you're just in your head. And I don't want to downplay their problems. I hope you don't think I'm doing that. I'm just being very real with them. Like, I know, I think it's good. Or she'll come to me and she just might have this completely different narrative on what's going on. And I'm like, no, let me give you the reality, what's happening. You know, things like that. So transparency is very important. And if you want help on that also, you can get a session with me. Links down below. Our private, deep diving into your situation. I'm actually running a sale right now, so hopefully get that. But a lot of you are right here. You're trying to figure out which one you're in. If you're over here, you're not going to find a lot of games. So if you're over here, it's nothing but games, and I personally don't think you can get out of it. But that's the game, is to play the game to avoid games, okay? Ladies, I love y'all. Take care, and peace.